Hey everyone, this is Walter and I'm back with more of the usual crap from Reddit. Today we'll be looking at posts from nice guys, men who have a really high opinion of their own generosity, but they turn out to not be so great. Let's get started with nice guys from Reddit. These posts come to us from Reddit nice guys. Also, we aren't really at this level at the moment. I'm sorry. What level? Calling somebody baby is like a dating thing, and we aren't quite that, I don't think. Oh, don't think you're special for that. I call everyone baby, mainly when I can't remember their name. Oh, that is surely not a red flag or anything. Hey, remember the guy who told Chris Hansen that he says, "I'm gonna lick you" to people all the time? Ah, right. Just makes me a little uncomfortable is all. It's not personal. Considering you aren't respecting mine, I agree. I've set my boundary. I don't change for anyone, and you have asked me to change. That's you breaking that respect. Therefore, this won't work. Please now remove me before I have to block and report you, as well as wishing you unhappiness in life, X. I am a very sweet, kind person until someone fucks with me and disrespects me. Yeah, and then he acts like a baby, I guess. I really hate these people who refuse to block someone and keep telling them to do it. Such bitch behavior. For context, I asked this guy, who I am not dating might I add, to stop calling me baby, because it made me uncomfortable. He then reacted as above, saying I was asking him to change who he is. Told him that any friendship wasn't going to work if he couldn't respect a basic boundary. Cue second screenshot. You dodged a serious bullet. For real, showing you his giant red flag early on. Save you any trouble. He's a loser. LMAO, he doesn't know what a boundary is. You saying you don't want to be called baby is a boundary. His response to your boundary is a tantrum. LMAO, of course they're trying to say that their boundary is calling everyone baby. Guys like this really try and steal the language we have for protecting ourselves, and try and twist it into something nefarious. At least it was quick and you didn't have to suffer much of this twat. Yeah, I especially love seeing someone gaslighting another person by accusing them of gaslighting. Next we have some begging in the please respond kind of vein. Never mind, come back, please, I'll do anything. Forget him. We're so close to a whole year. Do you want money? I'll get some. I'll cut off anybody. Just come back to me. I want to be like we used to. Call me, please. She doesn't call, so he does. You know I like you, please. You're the only one I have right now. Please, just forget him, and come back to us. Weren't we fun? Oh, this is about to get really painful to read. Weren't we good? Weren't we better? Please, what is it? Am I ugly? Is that it? I'll get surgery. I'll do some, please. Is it my height? Is it because he's taller than me? I can take pills. Does he have better clothes? I'll buy more. I'll do anything, please. Do GTS OTP. Is it that? We could do that too. We can go out on a date this weekend. We could do that too. I'll try my best to convince my parents. We can walk more and shit. I can wake up early and cook food. Just for you. Or do you need me to drive? I have my car, I just don't have my permit yet. But I can still drive. You and me. Weren't we better than this now? I care. Please. I was mad. This is the same thing as blank, ain't it? Please. Like you told me to block blank when she was in our business. You can just block him too. You can log into my Instagram and Snap accounts too. To check. You can go through my phone. Everything. Please come back. Weren't we something? This is insane. Too much. Bonkers, bro. I'm sorry. Man, whack. I know I'm picking on teenagers here, but this is still pretty bad. Am I too ugly? I'll get surgery. I'll take pills to get taller. Like what? Started flirting with a guy and we were almost in dating territory for a couple months. Then I find out he's been in a relationship for 2 whole years with a friend of mine. Blocked his ass and chuckled when he started rambling and saying things like that. Exactly what he did. I was gonna give him one more chance, and he told me he wouldn't mess it up. Then he added me to a group chat with his supposed girlfriend, and I got cussed out without knowing she existed. He promised me there was no other, and that's when I decided to date the guy he is talking about in the screenshot. Oh, it wasn't because he had better clothes? Who would have guessed? I understand what you are saying. Yet, let's be honest. In general, most women will friend zone a good man because he's boring, predictable, and so on. Many women love fun, exciting, and mystery men. This is not up for debate. It's just true. If you disagree, this conversation is over. If you don't, read on. I'm confident that you may have friend-zoned a man who would truly love you. There are exceptions to the rule, and you may be it. Yet in general, women love bad boys, but get upset when they act bad. Have a great day. LOL, that's like saying men are not attracted to beauty. So if women are more attracted to a good real man, then explain why social media is flooded with, "I need to heal, my ex was abusive." 8 out of 10 women I meet say they were abused. Men do what works. We see what kind of men women fuck. And men act the same way. You have no idea how many women admit they didn't like him because he was too nice, just to end up with a man who gave them a black eye. It's so common, and women like you try to pretend it's not a thing because women don't know accountability. I can only assume this guy was having a stroke while typing this crap. Does he legitimately think that most men would see abusive guys getting lucky and think, "Yep, time to beat up some women"? The reason why so many women end up in abusive relationships is that abusive men don't often display that early on. They'll love bomb you so that you feel like the most important person ever, and will look past when things start to take a turn. They'll seem like that nice guy that you've always been looking for when you're in the early stages of the relationship. It's after all that newness wears off, when things start to fall into routine, when the abuse starts to rear its head. And it's not always physical abuse. It's the verbal and emotional abuse that can wreck people even more than the physical. I tried to explain it to him, but to no avail. I know many women who have been abused, myself included. After replying to his second message, I decided to block him. It stressed me out too much. I've seen a lot of misogyny on Facebook, sometimes by nice guys, sometimes by unapologetic douchebags. The red flags were always there, you just chose to ignore them. They all need to read Why Does He Do That by Lundy Bancroft. By the way, I haven't read any of the books that people recommend in these posts, so take it as a recommendation from Reddit rather than me. But let's go check out our friend Lucas Werner and see if he's still being a nice guy. Stop being bigots, Gen Z. Date me or fade away. Yeah, I'm sure he's been very popular on TikTok with this kind of content. This is embarrassing, dude. It's not too late to take it down. Literally never gonna happen. Work on yourself. Just put the fries in the bag, Grandpa. You're washed. Didn't ask for your opinion, ageist. Okay, father time. You need to be locked up. For wanting an 18 to 25-year-old girlfriend? What did I do that's against the law? Key thrown away. No human contact. Yeah, I'd say it's going pretty well over there. Just as I'm plotting my move with a Gen Z chick, she gets swooped by another Gen X dude. Fuck your god. Asshole god. And if I ever meet him or his boyfriend Satan, I'll tell both those motherfuckers to their faces what I think, should I be wrong about them actually not being real. Fuck God. Fuck your God. We're back to swooping the chicks. This is something he used to claim at his last college arc. I've prayed. I don't anymore. At a certain point, you see the futility and abandon these bad faith ideas if you're any kind of intelligent. He is literally saying he stopped praying because God didn't hand him a young girlfriend. If there was a God, I'd have a girlfriend, and also diseases wouldn't exist. Think about it. This perfect being you claim exists created an imperfect world. What the shit is that? Somebody fashioned this guy a wife out of one of his ribs already. He's never gonna shut up otherwise. Anyway, let's move back to Reddit. I can't catch a break with these females. I saw this stunning Asian female at Queensboro Plaza early this morning. She had a cute face with great tits and a round ass that looked great in the black yoga pants she was wearing. I just had to get her number. I called over to her and she seemed interesting. I got her number, texted it, and someone named Jack replied. She gave me a fake number. I keep trying my luck with American females, but I get reminded to stop trying with westernized females every single time. I have my passport, I have the funds, and I have the will. I'm about to get my females from the source in Thailand and Cambodia. This is ridiculous. You bitches claim you want a nice guy to take care of you, but reject every advance from kind men. We are officially done. I can't wait to give my passport a good workout. He can't even keep from calling women bitches in the same sentence he calls himself a nice guy. Also, his profile picture says MGTOW. I'm sure bitches love that. LMAO, Queensboro Plaza is a subway station. This dude was literally accosting females just waiting for a train or walking by, calling out to them to come over to him like a rude customer at Hooters and demanding their phone numbers. What a gentleman. He has so few options that he's accosting and harassing strange women on the street. He concludes that going to a different place on the planet to harass is a good idea. Sounds about right. Dullard cannot take care of himself, let alone anyone else. Okay, I think with this next one, I should start with context. Oh, I was never interested in this boomer whatsoever, and told him that so many times when he lived in my basement. Dude is in his 60s but behaves like a teenager with a crush. I've had him blocked everywhere for almost a year now. He took my being nice and made it into something gross. When he lived here, he started buying me things, one of which was a rose under glass, which I thought was from Beauty and the Beast. Since my child and I loved Disney, I thought that was the intention behind the gift. Nope. In his mind, it was a gesture of love, and my being happy with it was me saying I wanted to date him. That's literally what he told me when he saw my reaction to his gift. Holy fuck, this dude was, and still is, out of his goddamn mind, and I had to make it clear that I want nothing to do with him. Oh man, I bought my ex one of those stupid roses. We were actually dating, of course. So with context, you can see how delusional this man is. Please read all of this before you delete me or whatever. I heard about your rant about not being able to find a good man. Well, you had a good man, but you kicked him out on Halloween last year. All that man wanted was for you to love him as much as he really loved you, but you couldn't do that because I didn't fit your male fantasy. I know in my heart that I was right about everything, and you made a very bad decision. I would have devoted my whole life to making sure you and blank were happy, took care of, and safe. I'm still kind of mad at you for the way you made me feel about myself when I was trying to get better, and you couldn't understand the magnitude of what I just lost when I moved in. By the way, the internet girl that ripped me off was 3 weeks after I moved in. I always wanted to know you, be with you, love you, from the moment I saw you. I just didn't know what to do about it. Part of me really misses you and blank, and I think about you all the time. Yeah, this is no way for a man in his 60s to behave. Also, he keeps mentioning the daughter for extra manipulation. Always playing the victim, huh? You were one of those men I was talking about. I regret letting into my house and my personal space, and here's why. This guy is so dense that she had to write out a list for him finally. 1. You took my friendship as me wanting to sleep with you. 2. You eavesdropped on conversations I had with my best friend and blank's dad, and got jealous of them, audibly talking shit about them. 3. You blamed me for the feelings you caught, and continue to blame me. That's toxic as fuck. 4. I told you numerous times that I wasn't interested in you in a romantic way whatsoever, and I had the screenshots to prove it. 5. I set very clear boundaries and you continued to break them. Asked you numerous times to stop messaging me inappropriate shit, but you kept it up. 6. I let you stay in my fucking house for a year and you got weird. Then when I told you it was time to move out, you tried to guilt trip me into feeling bad for telling you to move out. You are a toxic, obsessive person. Don't ever fucking message me again. He's still trying to guilt trip her, in fact, but it's not going to work. Why do I get a feeling that OP was being generous with pointing out 6 things while he's an absolute dickhead? Feels like there's much more. There is so much more to this situation. I let dude/coworker of mine move into my basement when he needed a place to live. Over the course of a year, he proceeded to ignore every single boundary I set in place. Inappropriate messages, lying to people about me at work, insinuating that we were dating or more, listening in on phone conversations, buying me gifts, blaming me for the fact that he caught feelings, etc. I kicked him out and blocked him on everything. That was almost a year ago. His name shows up on TikTok night before last, so I immediately blocked that account too. Yesterday, he sends me this message on a different Instagram account. Same bullshit as last year. I had made a Facebook status talking about toxic men, and he somehow saw it. Which means he has a different Facebook account than the one I blocked, or someone we worked with showed him. This dude is gross as fuck, and I completely regret letting him stay here. I was just nice to him, no more. A year later, he's still on some Delulu bullshit. Okay, one more comment from this OP and then I think I'll call it a day. Okay, here goes. A little background for you. Sorry if this is kinda long. There's a lot of bullshit this dude pulled. He always acted like a teenager, even threw temper tantrums at work like a kid, and would talk shit about any other male I spoke to. My bestie and I had dated over 10 years ago, and we had sent each other some personal photos. We were joking about it on the phone one night, and roommate shot me a message saying, "Maybe I should send you a picture of my dick," and accused us of sleeping together. I live in Illinois, and my best friend in Virginia. He was eavesdropping on my conversation from the basement. Jealous fucking teen behavior. He was literally telling people that were new hires at work that we were in a relationship, and I broke up with him. A couple actually believed him, but another dude found out the truth through a couple other employees and myself. My next door neighbor told me she ran into him at the gas station, and he told her that we were in love, so she was under the assumption that we were dating. I corrected her when she told me that. He did that shit on purpose to live some kind of fantasy he had about me. God, that shit infuriates me. The being mad part was because my mom ordered me and my kids some food one night, and she didn't offer to get him anything. He made it sound like we made him feel like shit about himself and changed how we treated him. He blames me for him catching feelings, making him fall for me when I was just plain nice to him. The internet chick was some random woman he met online. He love-bombed the fuck out of her and rented an Airbnb for them one night. He came back the same night claiming she ghosted him, which is what he's talking about with her ripping him off. Come to find out, he told our manager that she did show up and just wasn't interested in spending the night with him and ended up leaving. He made up that story so he wouldn't look pathetic and undesirable. He wanted pity from me. Imagine making up being ghosted because the actual truth is way more shameful. I've had him blocked for about a year now. I'm not sure how, but he had seen a Facebook I made about toxic dudes. So that was what he was talking about at the beginning of his message. Someone from the restaurant must have shown him my post. Time to start blocking others as well. Wow, this guy's a veritable lolcow, who actually might end up killing someone. I kind of wish the OP had written a full story over on Reddit Nice Guy Stories or something, but I guess this is what we've got. Anyway, it's about all the time I have for you today. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like the video, please give it a like. If you have something to say about the posts or about my content in general, make sure you let me hear it in the comments. I'll be reading them while the video's new. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more of whatever it is I do. Now time to shout out my generous patrons, who are helping support me over on Patreon. It really helps out. Jimmo, Anui Blue, Levon, Chris Sturman, Chef Casa, Scion Wales, Alberto 2001, Big Mike Shirley, Chase Watson, Cho, Daniel Delapenna, Don Smith, Dev Notes, Dirty Denver, Dominique R, Ouroboros, Sammy, Sezendora, Skepticals, Wernology, William Ash, Zebrabird, Zephyrin, Bumbus McDunga, John Yorkie, Psychic Kumquat, Alex Anakin, Francois Tremblay, Hit1 Code 2, Lil Spoon, Molly Mayhem, Stepdweller, and Hermes. Thanks so much. As you can probably tell, I'm getting close to making a video about Lucas Werner's time on TikTok. It should be a banger. Have a great day, everyone, and don't let any creepy old guys move into your basement.